guys, so it's me again, Jessica, and today I'm gonna be doing a video where I actually decided that I wanted to get a little bit more personal about some events that happened in my life. And so yeah, I'm doing this not to get views or anything, but I do this because I know that there's people out there that were or are in the same position as I was years ago, and I honestly want to help those people, since you know, obviously I got the help that I needed and I'm getting the help that I needed. There will be stuff that won't be said for personal reasons, and obviously not at this moment. Maybe there will be another video later on in the future talking about it, but for now I would just rather keep it a little bit more private, if you can say so. Well, I'm sorry guys, first of all, this pimple is bothering the hell out of me, like you guys can see it, and obviously I've been stressing out a lot and I started to break out, and it's just like always like one pimple, but that one pimple has to be huge as hell. Well, now let's get into the story. Alright, well, so let's start when I was in elementary school. And I'm sorry guys if my voice sounds weird or annoying, but it's just that I'm sick right now and I'm honestly trying my best to sound as normal as you know, as always. But okay, so let's begin. Let's go back to when I was in elementary school. I was put through a situation in which changed my persona. I'm not gonna say anything or mention anything about the situation because I can't at this moment. It's under investigation, but eventually, once the whole investigation is over and I can finally talk about it, I will make a video. But so let's just say that this situation affected me a lot, and so I started to have really, how can I say this, really self-esteem problems. I started to have self-esteem problems, and the number one thing that really I've always had trouble with was the way I saw myself. I know I'm chubby, I know I'm fat, or whatever you want to call me. Like, I know that, like, I'm not a big huge person, but I'm fat. And when I was little, when I was in elementary school, I was tall. Like, before middle school, I was a tall person. I was the tallest out of everybody in my class. And to top it off, I was fat. I was chubby. And to have this situation going on the side affected me even a lot more. So then I eventually started to, you know, at first, like they say, if you want to lose weight, like work out, eat better, this and that. But I was like a freaking 10-11-year-old kid who probably if I was to talk about it, I was gonna be seen like I'm crazy or something, you know. And so eventually, I remember one day I was talking to one of my friends in elementary school, and her and I were super close. And I remember I started talking to her about this situation. I started talking to her about it, and I was like I don't know, like, you are super skinny and this and that, like, how do you do that? And she told me that what she would do is make her eat as much as she could and then provoke herself to vomit. As some of you guys know, that's not an illness, but like, it's called bulimia, or being a bulimic person or something like that. I know the name in Spanish, which is bulimia. And so, you know, like at first I was like, oh, like, how do you do that? And like one day I remember we went to the bathroom together during recess, and so she ate and we went to the bathroom, and then she was like, oh, she started throwing up. And then she was like, you know what, you just stick your finger inside your mouth and obviously it's gonna come. And so I started doing that. I was in about 4th grade when that happened, when it all started. And then in 5th grade, I remember like I had lost a lot of weight. I went from a 120 girl to, what was it, like 87 pounds. Yeah, from 120 to 87 pounds in less than a year. And so I had lost more like 40 something, I'm guessing like 40 something, 30-ish pounds. And I was, what was it, like 10, 11 years old. Like, how is that possible? And so one day I remember my 5th grader teacher, he noticed and he pulled me to the side and he was like, hey, what's going on? Like, I've seen that you have been losing a lot of weight in a fast amount of period time. And so I was like, oh, nothing, like, you know, like I just started a diet and this and that and I've been wanting to lose weight. And he was like, oh, but I see that you are losing weight at a fast rate. And so he called my parents. He set an appointment with them to talk to them and with me. And I remember he pulled me out of class and he started talking to my parents. And then I just, for some reason, I started crying so bad. Like you guys have no idea. Like, I just broke down. I broke down and it was so terrible. Like, I felt that what I was doing was terrible. I felt like what I was doing was terrible, but at the same time it was like, I'm doing this because I want to lose weight. Now I understand that what I did was not the right way. I know that what I did wasn't okay. And that's like my point about this whole story, is to help those girls that are going through the same situation I was years ago. Because honestly, let me tell you guys, if my teacher would have never talked to me or noticed that, I could have been dead. Like, after that conversation, my parents and I talked. We came back from school, and I remember they were talking to me in the car, and they were talking to me when I got back home. And then they were like, you know, we're gonna take you to the doctor to see how your health is, and also we're gonna take you to a psychologist to see like what's going on with you. So I went to they called my doctor at the time and they're like, hey, like, you know, can we come in, and we just want to make sure that everything's okay with me. So we did that. When we set an appointment, they did all this blood work, they did to see like how I was doing. And so that happened, and like a couple of days later they called my dad or my mom, I don't remember, telling them that like if they would have never caught that at the time they did, I wouldn't be here. Like, my everything was horrible, my health was in terrible condition. And so then they started to call psychologists, or like my doctor, they asked like psychologists that they recommended for me and for this situation. So then that happened, and I remember I only went to 3 sessions with that psychiatrist or psychologist, my bad. And I remember all she did was talk. Like all she did was talk, and I wasn't able to talk. And the thing that bothered me so much is the fact that on the second session she told my parents, oh, she's okay, she doesn't need the help. So I was like, dude, I've been doing this for a little bit, almost to be a year, and you're telling me that I'm okay. And so all the psychologist said was, oh, it's a phase of growing up. And I remember she said, but you know what, we're gonna have a third and last session just to make sure. So I went in the following week, I think. Yeah, the following week I went in for a session, and she said, okay, you're fine, you don't need therapy. So I was shocked. I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, am I okay? Am I not? Like, what the hell is going on? So then that happened, and then I went off to middle school. Middle school came. I was a 6th grader, and like, I guess my body already had the tendency of doing it, that instead of, like, I didn't even have to provoke my own vomit. Like, my body would just, every time I would eat, I couldn't take it in, I couldn't keep it in, I couldn't do anything, and I would just automatically go throw up. And so I remember one day we were all home, we were all eating, my family and I, and like, I ate. I remember I ate 2 plates, and I went to the bathroom, and I remember I went to wash my hands after I finished eating, and I was gonna go to my room, but all of a sudden, like, I felt something in me, and I felt like throwing up. And I threw up. And I'm guessing my mom heard me, because she said, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. I came out the bathroom, and she asked me, are you okay? And I said, yeah, Mom, I'm okay. She's like, oh, because I heard you throw up. I was like, no, Mom. I was like, I was coughing. And I kept going like that for like half of 6th grade. And like, I didn't want to tell my parents. And then eventually they found out, because the school noticed the same thing going on with me. And so they called and we talked, and I told them, hey, like, I haven't stopped, I've been trying, you know, but like, I can't, like, my body's telling me, like, I gotta throw up everything that I'm eating. What happened was that they were like, oh, like, stop doing this, like, I know you're doing this to call attention. I was like, I'm not doing this to call attention. I remember they grounded me. My parents grounded me, and they're like, you gotta stop doing this, you're doing this to call attention. That's the one. And now that my parents know more of the situation, and now that everything has been going on lately in my life, like, they understand why I was going through all of this. They understand what I was going on through, a phase that it was difficult for me. It was difficult for me in so many ways. And honestly, like, to all those, especially now in society, like, you gotta be a certain way, your body has to look a certain way, your face has to look a certain way, you gotta do this, you gotta do that to please society. And like, I don't know, girls, like, honestly, don't ever do that, like, from experience. Because my dad was calling me, but anywho, so I was saying, like, honestly, if you are in this position, you need to get help, because it's not healthy for you, it's healthy for you. And honestly, I understand it's really hard, and many people may say, oh, you're trying to call attention, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, but they don't get it. They're not in your shoes, they're not in your position. And honestly, like, if you, like, with whatever issue, if there's ever a girl who needs help or needs advice or whatever, like, shoot me a message. Like, if you guys feel like you need to talk to somebody, I'm here, because I was in that position years ago, and there's times where I'm still in that position nowadays. And honestly, I really hope that I can help some of you guys overcome those obstacles in your life, because I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is, and how it's not easy to get up and say, you know what, like, I need to stop, or I need to get help, or I need help, you know. And now that I've been going to therapy for almost a year, or I think it's been a year since I've been going to therapy, and now like I've discovered new things about myself. I discovered why I did that. I know why I started doing that, and it wasn't only because I tried to lose weight. There's other reasons behind it that like, and I'm not trying to lie to you guys that watch my videos, but I don't feel prepared to talk about certain stuff yet. And legally I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have been victims of, for example, right now, victims of their own demons, because sometimes it's also yourself. It's the pressure of society, the pressure of you, the pressure of other people that want you to be a certain type of person. But something I've learned through the years, thanks to therapy, thanks to my boyfriend, is that you have to love yourself no matter what. You gotta love yourself, because if you don't, you will never be able to love somebody else. And even till this day, I cannot say I love my persona, I love the way I look, because I don't. There's days where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck? I look in the mirror and I'm like, who have I become? You know? But little by little I'm changing those, and little by little I'm learning to accept myself, and little by little I'm starting to love myself again. And thanks to the help of my family, of my boyfriend, of my therapist, of all those people that have been there for me, my friends, everybody that has supported me has been there through my past, my present, my future. I honestly thank those people, honestly. But yeah, guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, and I didn't state this previously in the video or at the beginning, but I'm not doing this to encourage this. This is not to promote bulimia. This is not to promote hate and easy way of how to lose weight. This is for me to help those girls who have been in the same position I am, who have been victim of society, who have been a victim of themselves because they hate the way they look. Or no girl should ever feel like they have to please others. If you don't think I'm promoting this because I'm so against it, that I have my own experience, and I'm trying to share my experience to help those girls, to help those guys, because there's guys who go through this, and many people don't recognize that, but there's guys who are victims too, and guys that don't understand and why they do this. Always know that my inbox, my email is open to listen to you guys, and I will surely and gladly reply and help you, guide you through the right steps to get out of this situation. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and honestly, like, I'm sorry if it sounded like I was gonna cry. I wasn't, but like, I'm sick, like I said, so my voice sounds really weird. But yeah, guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, if you guys ever need to talk to somebody, I'm here. Message me, Snapchat me, Twitter me, whatever, DM me, whatever, you guys. I will post my information either at the beginning and at the end, and yeah. But yeah, guys, and hopefully I'll start doing more videos of my personal life and give you guys a little bit of my history and why I am the person I am now. This is just a small story and background history about me, and there's still so much more to uncover, and I will be doing a video on this, but I won't do it just now. Please, 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 guys, love yourself. Please take care of yourself and don't do stuff or do changes to your body, to your personality, to your physical looks for somebody else. And just know that there will always be somebody that loves you and that wants to help you. I hope you guys enjoyed it and have a good night. Yeah, or good morning or good day. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, guys, if you guys want more story times, please subscribe so you guys can watch my future videos. And yeah, well, bye guys.